thank you for joining in. We have Charles and Ebony in the studio today. We have quite a few discussions we're going to go over and talk about. Hopefully, everyone had a great day, a great week. Haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks. We are in our second season of Smart Black Woman TV with Charles and Ebony. We are enjoying our time with communicating with everyone. We just want to talk to you about a lot of things that are going on, and also, to you about your day. And Charles, Ebony, how was your day today?
Ladies first.
My day has been really, really good. Pretty much, me and Greg are about to celebrate our 1 year anniversary of being married.
Hey.
Awesome. And what day is it?
October 9th is Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So,
Congratulations.
today we've been kind of like sneaking around trying to make sure the other one don't know what the other one's doing. But it's been a good day.
Awesome.
That's what's up. So 1 year it feels like 10, right?
Oh my God, yes.
That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. Yes. So how is it after 1 year? What made you the happiest in this year with your new marriage?
The fact that we were able to come together and pretty much I'm getting out the army and we moved in the middle of Florida and we were like pretty much solo dolo. For us to actually have the courage to do that, it made me really happy because it showed me how resilient Greg is and how good he is to adapting to his surroundings.
Awesome.
So I'm really happy about that.
Congratulations. I like that. I like that. That's pretty good. All right, Charles, how was your day?
No, I'm just kidding. I had a good day. I had a great day. Just been working on a few projects, same old, the hustle and grind, nothing new.
Good. And I had a great day too. As a matter of fact, I was in the office alone today. Today, I work with a lot of Jewish. So today was Rosh Hashanah, I think. No, Yom Kippur today.
I'm
And
like,
so I pretty much was alone in the office all day, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy this peace and quiet, just working, getting a lot of things done. So I had a productive day today. And in saying that, I just look forward to tomorrow.
Mhm.
But we have a topic we're going to go over today, and the topic is discussing relationships. And relationships is a topic that we tend to bring up on the show because there are a lot of people going in and out of relationships and having so many different questions. We have a lot of callers that, well, I would say friends and associates that chime in, DM us about relationships. So we're going to bring that up today, and hopefully you can tune in with us and share your opinions about these comments. And of course, you may want to talk about the relationship that you have. So today we're talking about a relationship that you have had that hurt you. And what did you do to what did you do to heal after being hurt in a relationship? We're going to start with Charles on that one.
well, I guess I would have a little expert advice on that one. Um, well, I think the first thing I did was realizing that I needed to heal. I think that was the longest process, was actually having to realize that I needed to heal. Because I think we feel like I feel like I'm Superman sometimes, like I can get through anything and don't nothing phase me, because that's how we're conditioned to be. We still got to go to work, still got to do everything
Yes.
in life, still got to move around. So we tend to ignore the fact that something's really wrong with us. So the first thing that I did was actually having a realize and admit to myself that, okay, dude, you're kind of hurt, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're weak or anything like that, or that there wasn't a big deal, you should move past it faster, or whatever the case may be. I think it's all good. But once I realized that I needed to heal, I started researching on different healing techniques. And after being in a relationship, or a toxic relationship for a while, you kind of forget who you are and what you enjoy doing. So number one, I realized that I was hurt and I needed to heal. Number two, I started figuring out what makes me happy again, you know, and um, of course, so self-care, that was a good one. And also therapy. I needed therapy, ongoing therapy. And that was the big that made the biggest change in my life, was when I started therapy. Now my healing journey with therapy is, I'm like in what, week 10 or 11, and I feel like a new person. And at this point, I'm almost counseling my therapist, you know. So, so I think that, hey, I think, I'm not saying that that's the right way, or necessarily a wrong way either, but that's what I did in order to start my healing journey.
Let me ask you, Charles, when you're in saying that, you think after being hurt in relationships, do you think many other relationships should suggest therapy?
That I like. That's a good question, because I feel like you should have already been in therapy. And that's just me being honest. And
Yeah.
I wasn't already in therapy. I didn't do this. So it's not like I'm saying what's wrong and what's right. But I think that you should already be in therapy. You should already have started that journey before you get into a relationship, because that's what makes you ready. You're more of a ready person to start dating at that point.
Okay. Do you think because you did get a therapist after that relationship and the hurt and pain of that relationship, do you think it shortened the time in which you were hurt? Did you recover
Um,
faster? Do you think it was a faster recovery by going to therapy?
Yes, absolutely. Because there's some things that we just don't know the answer to, you know, and we
Yes.
don't understand why we feel this way. And like at one point, you can have, I felt suicidal at some points when I felt
Mm,
alone, you know, and I didn't understand. I wasn't able to process all those feelings. Once I got
mhm,
an opportunity to process those feelings, I realized that all that pain didn't even come from my last relationship, you know. That was the least
mm.
of my worries.
Wow. How about you, Ebony? And it's just past relationships, and same with I will have the same. I will have comments too and engage in this forum because I think it's very important that people hear, what we all go through in life, and then having relationships. Of course, some relationships fail, some of them end with hurt. Have you had a relationship that ended with hurt, and how did you recover?
Yes. So my previous marriage, I got married at a young age. I was like 19 years old.
Mhm.
Everybody get in the army and be like, "Oh, we're gonna get married. I just met him. I don't want to leave the do section." So you end up getting married. And
Yeah.
I had my daughter at a young age, so I grew up faster than I wanted to.
Hmm.
That relationship was abusive, physically and mentally. I would literally go to work with black eyes and
Mm.
bruises. So
Oh.
when I finally decided to leave, it was 5 years later, and I knew I was hurt because I would go to work and cry. I would literally be in front of the computer and bust out in tears. I'm
Wow.
I would cry. My platoon sergeant, they would send me home. I would literally go home and go in my room, shut the door, and sit in the dark for hours. So I thank God my mom was there because I had my son Caden. And at that
Hmm.
time, you feel like you're just worthless. Like I don't want to eat, I don't want to sleep. I just don't want to do nothing but sit here and cry.
Hmm.
So after
Wow.
like a month of doing that, because I kept blaming myself in my head of like everything that happened, I was like, it's my fault, it's my fault.
Mm.
After like a month, I was like, this is not my fault because I didn't ask for this and I didn't tell him to do this. So one day I saw this. Me, I like to do physical things to get my anger out, like boxing or something like that. So I saw this gym And this is, I didn't know I was healing until I actually went into the gym for like my second week. It was an all females gym. When I tell you women empowerment, it was ridiculous how high the women empowerment was. And at this point, like I was depressed.
Nice.
My confidence
Yeah.
was low. My self-esteem was low. I just felt ugly.
Yeah.
And my first class, it was like a cycling class. And like they were like chanting all this stuff. I'm beautiful, I'm this. I'm in the middle of the class, pedaling, crying. Literally, that's me. And everybody stopped pedaling and they huddled around me. And all these females started telling their stories. So I was the only one in there that went through what I went through. It was other females in there. And like my second week, I noticed that I started to change. I started smiling more. I started not sitting in my room in the darkness. I would come out my room. So that's when I kind of knew my healing journey was beginning. But I ain't gonna lie, when it came back to the dating scene, I was scared.
Yeah.
I was like a fish out of water.
I'm sure.
I looked at Greg like,
They say it's pee in the water, you know. The dating pool is pee in the water.
I was terrified
Right.
after what I've been through.
Yeah, and you found that to be your therapy that you got then you're hurt, and that's good. That's good. That's the exercise and having people around you who have had similar experiences. You know, it does help. You know, it does help to talk to people. It does help to not shut yourself down so much because you found yourself for a whole month just shut yourself down in the dark and crying and all of that. But the first thing in healing is doing something about it, you know, and not just letting yourself just soak in it. Because if you're alone and you're dealing with it alone, yes, you're just going to deal with, you know, the pain of it all. Myself, I did. It was many years ago that, and as you see, Charles is my son. It was the breakup of my, you know, of my heart. And my healing process, you know, it took me a very long time to heal because I had a child. And having a child way back then, Charles' age, way back then when he was 5 years old, I had to decide to move on in my life and something that I didn't want to choose to do. But I forced myself out of that relationship to the point where I had to accept it as it was. I had a child, and I wasn't going to be living with his dad, and we weren't going to be that happy family. I called it. You know, we all call it when we first have our first child. You know, when you have your first children, you feel like you're going to be with that guy for the rest of your life. Nothing's going to break you. But yes, these things happen. And what did I do? For many months, I sat around and cried and moped and went through things. And then just realized one day after so long, you know, why should I continue to soak in this? He's out enjoying his life, laughing and giggling, and here I am still crying over something that's never going to happen. So I start to go out. I start to go out to clubs, and I start to feel myself again because as I walked in the club, all eyes on me. That makes you feel really good. When all of a sudden you get that attention. You know, that attention came to me. Oh, I'm going to go to the club tomorrow then. Let me get some more of that attention. And I went the next day. And the next day. And before all said and done, and then as I go to the club, there he is in the club too. And he's seeing me and getting all the attention. Now he wants me back. No, 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 no. I moved on. And I continue to move on. And I never wanted that pain at that level ever again. And so I continued on my life. And just saying that, you know, just taking time to yourself and healing. Healing begins with doing something about it. Something you both have done something about. Me, myself, something I've done something about. Now we're in the great places in our lives. Now Ebony is getting ready to celebrate 1 year of marriage. And Ebony is all healed and happy again. And Charles is all healed and happy. He's back in the dating scene, looking good, fine. Y'all see, he's available. He's available.
I'm not on a dating scene yet. I haven't started dating yet, but I am available. My Instagram is Charles Cummings. My Twitter is no, I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm kidding.
That's how we all go through. You know, a lot of people, I have a girlfriend that's going through it right now. She's trying to go through her healing process. She had dated the guy for a year. They just recently broke up, finally broke up. They broke up a week ago, but she had to revisit him to really confirm the fact that it is a breakup after a year. She was traveling a long distance relationship. He was feeling a different way, but yet led her on to believing him so much that she had fallen in love with him. And she's so in love with him, and now she's full of so much hurt and regret. And as I say to her, and I can say to a lot of people out there, yet do not continue to be who you are. You may meet someone and you may date them for a whole year, and in that year you're dating, please observe every moment of your relationship, because in your relationship you see all of these signs of it's not all what it's caked up to be. You put in your mind what you want, yes, but you have to also understand that the person that you're going out there to date, they got to be what you want too, exactly what you want. You don't want to be arguing every 2 to 3 weeks. You don't want to be fighting. You don't want to be, in these back and forth conversations. You feel all of that and you go through those things. And two, you end up in a relationship. Sometimes the new relationships, and you can be dating, and at the point you're dating, all of a sudden things are going well for a month. It can be a month. That next month, things kind of change, all of a sudden, the questions and all of these things come up in this, in conversation. But when you're in love and you find that mate, you feel everything about it. You're gonna feel it a year later, and everything can let us know about that.
Run a background
We
check if you
still
ask
have
me.
those butterflies, and those butterflies last forever when it comes to that chosen one and that person in your life. So we are in an open forum. We like for people to comment and share our videos. I know a lot of people going through relationship. There are a lot of hurt people out there that decided that one person in their life that they chose to give 3, 4, 5 years of marriage to, things like that. Sometimes those relationships are so hurtful that person is also hurt for the remainder of their life, and they choose to live a different life because of that one person and decisions that were made, which is not good. I don't think it's good, because I believe in God. And if you believe in God, you better believe God has put the perfect person out there for you. So don't give up on your next relationship. Be just as happy as you would be meeting your king or your queen of your life. So, Charles, Ebony,
That's me.
what do you think?
Um,
Well,
well, honestly, what I think is it took me a while to actually feel like I wanted to start dating again. I know coming out of my last relationship, I was like, the hell with a relationship. I don't want to hear anything with ending with ship. I don't want to hear nothing about ships, I don't want no friendship. I don't want nothing, no situationship, nothing, and
I don't want to get on a ship,
nothing with a
a
ship in
cruise
it.
ship, none of that.
And but now it's cool. Now I'm like longing for. I think you'll at first we it's fine to take that time out. I think it's so necessary to take the time out and decide what you want to do with your life. So I think that me feeling that way was perfectly normal. I recommend it for everybody that goes through a breakup to go through that phase where you feel like you don't want to see another relationship. I think your body will find its way back to love at the end of the day. You know, love always
Right.
wins at the end of the day. And now I'm longing for not just regular friendships and relationships. They have to be, I'm not accepting normal anymore. You know, I'm going for what makes me feel good when it comes to
Yeah.
friendships, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to family, all the way around. You have to make me feel good. I have to feel like our connection is valuable in some
That's
way.
right.
It's worth it. You
That's
know,
right.
a lot of times we deal with things that are just not worth it. And I don't think it's dumb to do that. I think it's a learning experience. You know, we learn. That's the only way to learn. Well, for me, I I would love to listen to everything my mom told me, but that's just not my personality. I have to go and learn and figure it out on my own, but that's part of being a man. So yeah, so now I'm ready for whatever life brings to me, and but I'm not rushing it at the same time either. You know, I'm fine by myself, but anyone else that comes into my life at this point, they'll be adding to the happiness that already lives here.
Yeah. And in order to just be coming from a long-term marriage, I'm going into my 20 years of marriage
Woo!
with my
Mm.
soulmate, my mate that God brought to me. Okay. And after, that heartbreak and then hardcore breakup and having two children by two different people, and now
Ooh,
my
mine
husband.
don't be telling people you got two baby daddies.
No,
Wait.
my life is what it is. It's true as it is.
Yeah.
My husband, unfortunately, I lost, my last mate, and of course, um, God has a place in everybody's life. You
Mm-hmm.
never know where your life is going to take you, and
Mm-hmm.
if my relationship is not as divine as the sun shines,
Mm-hmm.
everything that we have together, our birthdays, our friends, our families, our children, everything that is in this relationship, I know that this is who God placed me with. And you have to understand that God has a place for you too. You never thought, Ebony would have never thought she would have been married so soon to a man and had another child.
Boy, you ain't never lied about that
Love
one.
works. How love works, Ebony. Love is so powerful that it will take over your life.
Mm.
And you better believe love is God and God is love. And that's why we're here today and we can continue to be happy with ourselves. You got to understand you can't trust man. Man will disappoint you always.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put your trust in God Himself, believe me, you got to have faith. And then when I find people that say, I'm never going to get in another relationship, I feel like your faith
Yeah.
is I feel like your faith is weak because how can you not say that? How can you say that you're going to grow older and you just want to die by yourself? I mean, yeah, we're here by ourselves, but do you want to not have someone when you're 65,
At the
Right.
moment, I say I
70
do.
years old? Do you not want to be with somebody? All of your children are totally grown. They're in their 50s now. And you want to be just alone, waiting on them to come by with the grandchildren. You don't want to have you somebody and a companion that you can be with in your life, making you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to. You got to want
We weren't
somebody. You got
we weren't
somebody
meant
now.
to be by
Everybody
ourselves,
got
I don't think.
somebody.
Right. There's somebody for
That's true.
everybody, right?
Yep, there's somebody for everybody. You better believe that.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But people go through a lot of things. It's a lot of trouble out there. And, you put your heart into it, but you still got to be strong when you come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
As you
Even
go
when you don't
into it
feel
and
like
you meet strangers, that person is a stranger when you first meet them. You got to put your heart into it.
it. Did you read that? My grandmother's
Nobody did.
comment.
So look
She
like
said,
Dorothy Johnson said, nobody that hang their drawers on the doorknob. She dealt
Yeah, we
with it.
can't have that.
So
We can't
so
have that. Yep,
Dorothy,
she right.
so this is my mom, okay? My dad passed away way back 25 years ago.
Mm.
My mom decided to kind of see someone.
Mm.
And he hung his drawers on the doorknob. She didn't know how to take that. She was done with the relationship thing.
Is
And
that
I
so
understand that when
nasty?
you get a certain age, in life, not that she's young, she's a certain age, so she's expecting this etiquette not to come with that strong hanging your drawers on the doorknob. Maybe they were drying out. I don't know.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Wait,
Mm-mm.
is that the equivalent to leaving $40 on a dresser? I don't know.
I don't think so, Charles. I really don't think you do. But that's disgusting. I would have saw that and I'm like, yeah, it's time for you to go. Pack your bag. Go ahead, go. What happened? I thought we was doing good. No, just go. I'm done.
So I don't know what that situation was or why the drawers were hanging on the doorknob. Can somebody out there
So
chime
he won't
in
forget
and
him.
lay
It was so he
these?
wouldn't forget him on his way out.
Maybe he was trying to show her that he belongs to her. I belong to you now.
You know what I meant to
Oh,
ask? I meant to ask, was that your doorknob or was that his doorknob?
oh no. It was hers.
So that's the
That's
difference in it all. Now, I understand because some women would leave their underwear at a man's house.
Lazy.
It is lazy. That's what that is.
Okay, so Bellaroni said laziness.
It's a lot of
Hey,
Was he too
possibilities.
lazy?
I
What is that?
understand though.
So was
If
he
you gotta
too lazy to put them away?
if you gotta make a mad dash, I understand you leave him on the doorknob so on your way out you don't forget him. I mean,
Mm-mm.
I understand.
I don't know about that.
Well, my husband, he left he had
I
some
don't know.
shoe. He had like some shoe, his clothes. Men tend to leave. They come stay the night. They'll leave something.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, you ain't gotta
Well,
worry
When
about
some
that.
people leave something at your house,
not the draws
No, because
though.
it'll
Not
be on
but
their
not the
passenger
draws
seat.
though, not the
the
draws.
draws though.
No, we ain't playing that leave nothing at the no, you ain't leave nothing over here. Nope, I ain't seen it.
Take your
I ain't
shoes
seen
with
it.
you.
Nope.
But you know what? Sometimes you're in serious. Okay, let's say you started off with a relationship. It's starting to get serious. Everything is going all smooth, and you're all feeling all the butterflies and everything. And you're going back and forth all the time. Although that person haven't given you like a drawer, a top drawer, put your clothes in, your belongings. So yeah, you kind of just leave them there over to the side. Now,
That's thirsty. No,
now
that's too thirsty. I
that's
don't want
thirsty
no
now.
drawer.
Now
I
that's
ain't fighting
thirsty.
over no drawer. I learned once I used to want the drawer. I used
And
to want the
now,
drawer, y'all, and I learned that it was a whole collection of stuff in that drawer once I started
Oh
paying
yeah.
attention. So you don't want to shoot for the closet. Don't shoot for the drawer. Shoot for the closet space. I'm just saying.
see, yes.
Mm-mm.
She said, when your man come home, check to see what
Woo!
he has on his drawers that he left with.
That is real. That's real.
That's a
That
different
is
show right
real.
there. That's a different show we need to have, because look
Men
like
will
there's
come
something
home without draws. I'm
well,
telling
that's
you.
something. Hold on, Charles. You swore you leading over to that the second show, the second episode of the show. We're
Part
gonna
two
have
then. Part two.
Dorothy
That's
come
for part
back.
two. next
We're
week.
gonna have Dorothy come back to the next show.
We're gonna have to
We're
call
gonna
her
need to
on
hear about what went on in that.
so I can practice this technique,
So let me ask you, Dorothy, you having such comments that are kind of like questionable. Did your husband come home with different drawers on?
Ooh. Don't answer that, Big Mom, please.
No, please.
Please.
Did our dad come home with some different drawers?
Right, this is the after dark version for sure.
He said, Big Mom, please, Big Mom, please, do not.
If he's only wearing red and black drawers on certain days, check him out. Oh!
Black.
Well, you know what? She changed the topic. So now we're talking about drawers.
That's good.
Now we're talking about
Great.
relationships and how they start to move left. So before you need therapy, is that what it is?
Right. That sounds like a before and after therapy session right there.
Right. That's a pre-therapy moment right there. Yeah. So it's just good. It's good we have this laughs and we can laugh about it,
Right. The things that hurt you it's one day soon you can be able to laugh about it. I've always appreciated that. Right. Yeah, I've always appreciated the laugh later. In the moment, you feel like the world is over, but later on, I definitely laugh about it.
Exactly.
You got to laugh about it. You got to.
Right.
Because a lot goes on behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
It sure does.
Mm-hmm. So don't let a work color try. So he'll just wear the same one, same brand, everything. So you won't even know, huh?
Right. I don't even know if he got on the same wall as yesterday.
You don't know what's really going. So you don't know what's really going on.
Well, in that situation, I'm not sure if I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that right there.
Okay. Thank you, Dorothy, for those comments. You gave us a lot of laughter. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on. But before we move on, we're going to have station identification. And we'll be right back with you. So stay with us.
Programs like this are made possible by Neighborhood Planet Broadcasting Systems, Neighborhood Planet Network, iBlisters Digital Media Creative, and from contributions to NPNTv from viewers like you. Thank you. We're shining bright, and we're shining the light on us like no other. Neighborhood Planet. Our neighborhood, our world.
All right. So we're back in the studio and look like we're waiting on Ebony to come through. How's it going, Charles?
It's going. I wanted to talk about the Royal Crown at theroyal.com at Shopify. On Shopify's website. You know, I have my merch up there, fanny packs, t-shirts, hoodies, and things like that to support what we're doing here. We're trying to expand our brand, and so we can provide better videos, and so we can go to visit different locations around the world and make new content for everybody to watch. So support the Royal Crown so we can expand, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, look like Ebony is having some technical difficulties. Ebony, no, we cannot see you. We do see your name.
Right, we see your name.
Okay. Looks like we're going to have to bring Ebony in again. So yeah, and Charles, and talking about your brand, Ebony will be in momentarily once you get through those technical difficulties. From our technical team is working with Ebony on her screen, but we're going to move forward and talking about the clothing line Charles has and Crown Crawl.
Wait, guys, do not listen to her. It's called the Royal Crown. It's not called Crown Royal.
Clothing line. Yes. Royal Crown Clothing Line, and I am waiting on my awesome hat, shirt, and gear that I have purchased. I can't wait to get it here. And those of you, as Charles said, you know, he'll send you the link, and also he has the postings on Facebook and Instagram and a few other places for you to order the clothing. It's getting ready to be cold outside in the winter, so you want to gear up. We got the hats, the clothing, the leggings, the cute colors, the nice colors for the winter. So look like you want to go to the website and pick you out some things. We will appreciate the support, and the support also helps others that are in need. Also, we want to reach out for the Hurricane Ian that came slamming into South Florida and went up to from the west north direction, tore up Tampa, tore up what else was that?
Fort Myers.
Took it hard. Sanibel Island took it hard, and a few other people. Our prayers go out to you, and hopefully your recovery is short and FEMA is out there, and anyone would like to donate, please do, and we'll get those things shipped out to those families that have lost, because many people has lost everything. Some of them have lost their lives, and our prayers go out to those families as well, and send our condolences. But moving forward, I guess we'll say we would like to talk about the winter is coming in. We are now entering the fall weather. The clothing lines are changing. We're no longer wearing the white pants and the white shoes. We're now kind of getting into the oranges and the browns, the
Today
yellow,
I'm supporting
gray
I have
color.
my
We
pink
have the
for
pink
breast cancer awareness.
pastels. We have some pastel colors that are very nice during this time. So you guys just go out and reach out to the website and the links that we have. Also, we would not like to see this winter. You know, there's always an upside and a downside to fashion, right? Upside and downside. You know, we can get fancy with the clothing because you know I'm all in. But I must
Uh-oh.
say, I'm going to be very easy on some of you. Although this particular shoe right here is one that's very challenging to get off the market. But yet, some of them look like they've been working on the cars in them.
What shoe?
The Ugg boots.
Oh my God.
She said it looked like they did an oil change.
They be leaning to the side and everything.
If your Ugg boots are beige, light colors, please send those boots to a cleaners and get them clean because some of them walking around look like they've been up in the car working on the cars.
I don't.
Man, I don't care much for the Ugg boot. Forgive me, Ugg boot, who made them, the maker of Uggs. The name is perfect for them. But when they started to get the little dirt on the side, and then if you have that pair that's all bent up behind the ankle,
Ooh.
time to get a fresh pair.
Yep.
So let's get some new Ugg boots. And if anyone needs some donations for the new Ugg boots, please, you Cash App for everything. Cash App, you put some Cash Apps up so you can get you some new Ugg boots.
Well, Mom, we
My
have
goodness, it is a real eyesore to see some of those.
Well, you know what? I want to be gentle because I know not everyone can afford a new pair of Ugg boots. And I understand that sometimes it's hard for some people, you know, to be able to afford different things like that. But I know that I'm on a budget when it comes to clothes, everything. I'm kind of trying to downsize my life, you know, and not have things so difficult in my life. So I can relate to that. Now,
Yeah.
I know if I can't afford the $2,400 boots that I used to be able to afford, now I just get me a $24 pair of boots, you know,
Okay.
something that's more in my price range. That way I can still
Still
look
has to
just
look.
as good,
Right.
but I also look appropriate I look clean at the same time. So I think that cleanliness is next to godliness. So you want to present yourself in a clean manner, no matter where you go, even if you're going to the corner store,
Yeah.
still look good. Like what the one
Right.
girl said, she put all her jewelry on just to go to the bodega. You know, it don't even matter. Just present yourself well. So it's not about wearing dusty shoes or whatever, because we understand that not everyone can afford it. I think it's just about making
Just
your
washing.
appearance, just being conscious
Yeah.
of your appearance.
Exactly. Exactly. And we're just sharing our
She said
deep
exactly.
thoughts and love for everyone. You know, we love everybody. You know, it's just those Ugg boots when they get a little dirty, you know, they may need a little Dawn on them. Dawn is a great that cleans a lot. Oil stains out.
She just can't hold it. She looking like, I understand, but no.
So look
Yes,
like
I'm on a budget, Big Mom. I am on a
we have an
budget.
active fan that's always in the show, and that's our mom. And she's saying Charles is not on a budget.
Charles, you lying?
I see today I got on the pink hoodie to support Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This month is Breast Cancer Awareness. So I got on my pink, you know, and this is from, and I'm not gonna say where it's from. I'm not giving off no free promo, but I got on a regular little hoodie, you know, I'm just a little regular guy, you know, I don't get too fancy. It don't take much to impress me, you know.
But we just try to
Why y'all
laugh,
got those
you know.
faces like
It's just fun. It's just fun laughing.
They laughing at me, y'all. They're like, yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you have your moment, Charles. Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I
So
believe it.
yeah, so we're just looking forward to new fall fashions, because we have those fashionistas out there. So we're just
Yeah.
waiting on it. We're waiting on it. So as we say, click into the link and support because we will be waiting and asking. But we're going to move on to the show, and the next part of the show is about the retrograde in relationships. Do you think the Mercury retrograde affects relationships?
Mm.
We're hearing that there are a number of people getting divorced, and do you think that is because of the Mercury retrograde? Ebony, we're going to ask you to comment on that. So, what do you think about that?
Okay, so I'm not big on the all of that extra science stuff and getting into all of that. I simply believe that whatever you put in the universe is gonna come right back at you. You put that negativity up in there, it's gonna come back. I
Hmm.
mean, if the person's for you, they're for you. If they're not, they're not.
True.
That's just how I feel at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like plain and
Okay.
simple.
Charles, what do you think?
I think her answer was fair. What do I feel? I think that at one point in my life I was into the astrology, astronomy, and all of the zodiacs and things like that. But honestly, I do feel like sometimes people do use it as an excuse for their poor
Hmm.
behaviors, just like with zodiacs. Oh, what's your sign? Oh, it's because you're a Capricorn, you're a effed up person. I think that that's bullcrap. I think that people are
Right.
using different things as a crutch or an excuse for their poor behavior. If you just want to cheat, you're cheating not because you're not cheating because the moons were in line with each other. You cheating because
You're a
something else
cheater.
is in line with something else. That's why.
Selfish. You want to do what you want to do.
I don't think it's the moons that are in line. It's something else in line that you need
Something
to
else.
look at. So I don't agree necessarily with the whole Mercury retrograde thing, even though I've experienced myself giving out poor behavior during those times. But
Right.
I'm not gonna blame it on the Mercury retrograde. I think that any given day, if you disrespect me, you can expect whatever's gonna come back. It doesn't matter if
Mhm.
the lines are the stars are in line or not. You're gonna get the same outcome.
Right.
Totally. Period.
And you think now, when you go through things in relationships and if relationships go bad and then you get a new relationship, or you get your strength back and your attitude and your confidence back, you think you're more outspoken, um and your new I guess your new journey of life is chosen to be happy regardless of all. Do you think you find yourself now snapping back at people when they coming at you a certain way? Because in relationships, you tend to be a little bit more the
Passive,
yeah, no,
submissive.
yeah, submissive to, yes, exactly. You're more submissive to communication, so you kind of sit back, let things go, let people say what they want. Do you think now you speak up more?
I think at first I used to speak up too much. And now I'm like the reverse, the opposite of that. Now I'm more reserved. Now I realize, like, going through certain things, I realize, like, keep all that energy for yourself. Like, if you're having a discussion that's not even worth it, and with a person that's not even worth it on top of it, it's like, you know what, I'm not even going to waste my time trying to explain something that makes sense to a person that doesn't even make sense to themselves. So you learn to save all of that for yourself,
Mhm.
and put all that negative energy into something positive, and you'll get a better outcome.
Yeah. What you think, Ed? You think you're more outspoken now?
Um, no, I'm just the type of person. I'm just there. So half the time, if he bring up something, it's either I agree or I don't. If I don't agree, I just say I don't like it. That's just me right there. I'm like, no. I don't like yell or anything unless like he wants an explanation. Okay, I'll give an explanation. But if it's something that sounds I'm not with it. But towards other people, I'm very kind of reserved. And Greg is telling me I need to start speaking up.
Mm.
Yeah.
Greg told me I need to start speaking up to people because half the time when somebody try to like argue with me, hey man, as long as you don't touch me, I do not care what you got going on, what you got to say. Just don't touch me. But Greg said I need to start speaking up more. Because then
Yeah.
that maybe let them know. Don't try me like that. I was like,
Do you think I speak up more, y'all? You think I'm more outspoken now?
Charles, you have always been. I don't know what now came in it. I think I think in your, I think you kind of had a imbalance that came through you. You're kind of waved through your life. And then you kind of humbled yourself in different areas. It's the convenience of it. But I think you've always been outspoken. I don't think you held in, how you felt about things
Never.
from me,
Right, right. Oh, look at the
Oh,
baby.
wow. Look at there.
sorry, y'all. She was knocking on the
Hi,
door.
Lennox.
That's
How
my
are
niece.
you?
She was knocking on the door.
How are you?
She was saying mama, and I was like,
Well,
hey.
we have a visitor today, and her name is Lennox. And Lennox is in the studio.
Say hi, mama, since she's so nosy.
Hi, Lennox. Hi, you want to say hi to
She just want to be nosy, it look like.
She
everyone?
do. That's Linux for you. That's the new trait that comes with her. She just likes to be nosy, y'all.
My
So,
mom's first grandbaby.
yes, look at her.
Mom,
Oh,
your grandmom.
I sure am. I'm a glamour.
Mom, you're
I'm
grandma.
a glamour. That's Grandma's baby there. Yes. So say hi,
Oh,
Lennox. Say hi.
Mama.
Hi.
She,
Lennox is a bit shy, everyone, so she doesn't say much.
no, she
But she does get to talking. When she talks, she holds her hands. She talks to you when she gives you
Yep.
direction. She gives you your attention and she wants you to listen to her. Right, Lennox?
She just knows.
she uses sign language.
So they
Yes,
talked
she
to
used this language right here.
Oh, what you say?
yeah, they taught her sign language in school. So instead of her yelling, she'll say more. Then she'll
Yeah,
Mm.
she
say
does
E.
that.
Then she
Yeah.
says please. And then when she does this, that means no more.
Oh,
So they don't
Yeah.
want the kids to yell anymore. So they teach them sign language now.
that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
When I get in
It's
my new
great. It's awesome.
relationship, I'm gonna have to teach my partner that.
They'll be like, no more.
Sign language. No more. No more.
You're getting on my nerves. You're getting on my
Yep.
nerves.
You're gonna make up a few signs for yourself too, huh? Along the
I,
way, huh, Charles?
Right, right.
Yeah, so this is what comes out of a beautiful relationship. And people can understand there is always still love, and God has his blessings that come from it, and that is our little Lennox. And as you see how beautiful she is.
Right. A whole family now. We a whole family. That Ebony's my stepsister, or my sister-in-law or stepsister, which no, sister-in-law. My mom's looking like, what?
yeah, I was like, wait. I was like, wait, what? Y'all, hold
Get
She's
it
like, please
together,
get that right.
Charles. Get it together. That is yours in-law.
Right. My sister-in-law, my niece, and my mother. So it's a family affair. My brother's somewhere back there.
he
Exactly.
don't. He said he just don't want to be, on
He's
camera.
low key.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
That's
he
it.
low
low
key
key.
Gregory.
He too cool for us.
Always have been low key Gregory. Nothing different.
He don't like
Up
to
key
hang out with the
Charles.
cool kids.
High key Charles. High key. This is high key.
Yeah.
And everyone has low key.
I
Yeah.
know, right? I am high key for real.
Yes. Hello, Lennox. All righty, so we're gonna close the show today, and we've ended at the what time is it? Look like we're just about to end the show. But we thank everyone for tuning in, and of course we're here every
Are we
Wednesday,
done?
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join us again. Have a wonderful evening, and from Ebony and Charles, take the stage.
Yes, please don't forget to support us. Support my brand. It's the Royal Crown at Shopify.com. We're trying to expand our brand, so please support, like and share our videos, and also we're moving everything. I'm going to be moving my.
And
Okay, then.
how
What's up,
about
Kaden?
my stepson too? Grandson, look, Charles, you give me
Charles messed you up.
I'm like, okay.
my
Support,
grandson,
but
Kaden.
yeah.
Kaden, say hi. We're about to
Say
end
hi,
the
buddy.
show, but come in and say hello to everyone. Come
Say
on,
hello.
Kaden.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, that is Kaden.
Oh, now you want to say hello. See? You
See,
done.
he peeks in too. Everybody's a little shy. And then see Lennox. Lennox is saying hi too. So we're saying bye. Tune in next week. We're looking forward to seeing all of you. Like and share our videos. Bye-bye.
Bye.
On track, now we gon' way up. Don't be used as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up.
Programs like this are made possible by Neighborhood Planet Broadcasting Systems, Neighborhood Planet Network, iBlisters Digital Media Creative, and from contributions to NPNTv from viewers